Alright, so I'm going to talk about how to do the central limit theorem activity. So the first thing you need to do is to copy from the Word document the values that are for your last name. So I already went ahead and did that. I'm just going to paste them here. I'm going to keep the destination formatting, but I don't think it really matters which way. And voila, you can see that we get a population distribution histogram that goes ahead and pops up here. We can see that we have the bins and the frequency, so we have a frequency table, and then from that frequency table, this is made. The histogram is made. And then automatically we get the average and the standard deviation. So if you're just curious on how to get anything like this, you just have to type in the command that you want in some random cell. So average is a useful one. And then you just highlight their data that you want. And you can either type up here in the formula bar or down where the cell was. I'm just going to go back up here. And I'm going to close the parentheses and press enter. And you can see the cell that we've chosen, the mean pops up there. Okay. So here's our population distribution. So these are population scores. So these are scores from the population. And then for n equals 2, what I wanted you to do is randomly select from a hat your numbers from your population. So either write these numbers down on a piece of paper, on 20 pieces of paper, or cut out the little boxes, do something like that. So say I do that and I randomly select 1 the first time, I'm going to type it here, and then say I randomly select 5 the second time, I'm going to type it here. You can see that the sample average pops up here. And if you keep doing that, then the rest of the sample averages will populate here. And then if you go over here, it'll create a frequency table for you. And that frequency table will then make a histogram. And also the average of the sample averages will pop up and the standard error will pop up. Okay? So do that. And then you're going to do a similar thing with n equals 10. But I mean, at this point, you kind of get the gist of it. So instead of randomly selecting from a hat, what you could do is use the sampling feature in the data analysis toolpack. So my data analysis for my PC is under data. I believe for Mac it's under insert or something like that. So if you don't have this data analysis part, you need to go to the Getting Excel Ready folder. Wait until it pops up. Before you do that, actually what you might want to do is take this population data and copy it to the tab or what's called the worksheet that you're going to be working with. Because sometimes it has trouble with sampling from a different tab than what you're working on. So I would just go over here to the last column and paste it just to make things a little easier, okay? So we're going to go to the data analysis, and then I'm going to find sampling, which is down here. Press OK. My input range is going to be the population values. So let's go over here. I'm going to highlight the population values and press here again. Let's see, I don't remember what I highlighted, so let's see what so if you highlight the population part here, let me delete it because it's trying to do more. If you highlight this population part, then you're going to say labels. If you don't highlight it, then you're going to not check the labels. So I highlighted it. So I'm going to check the labels part. Okay. So it went from 1, you can see, to 21. Then I'm going to say random, and I'm going to keep that highlighted there, or checked there. And the number of samples is actually the sample size. So it sounds a little weird, but that's the sample size. So for this tab, I'm on the n equals 10 tab. So I want 10 random values to be selected at a time. The output range is going to be where I want the sample to go. So it's going to be right here in the orange area. That's where I want it to go. And then you just press OK. And voila, it populated for me. Now I'm going to do it again, and I know it's a little tedious, but after you do it one time, it gets a little easier. So you can just leave the population values here in the input. You can leave the number of samples, but you want to change where you want it to go. So highlight there, press OK. Do it again. But now we're going to go to sample 3. And press OK. So keep doing that until you get 20. And you can see now our sample averages is populating. And then once it gets populated all the way, then you'll have a histogram and all the information that you need. Now you can also do it with the n equals 30 tab. I would highly recommend it for this tab. Again, you want to go to the population tab and highlight and then copy. And then go to the end and paste. Notice the histogram's a little more to the right on this tab. And then I'm going to go data, data analysis, sampling. But now we're going to have to repick this because I don't think it knows where it's at. So I'm going to delete it. And then go to highlight population to here. I highlighted the name population, so I'm going to keep the labels checked there. And then I'm going to want 30 at a time because this is 30 tab. And the output range, I'm going to go from here to the 31. Okay. And press OK. And voila, it does it for you. So just keep doing that 20 times. I know it's a little tedious, but we'll all have different sampling distributions, slightly different, because we're all going to get slightly different sample means for each of them. And hopefully this will kind of give you an idea of the central limit theorem. It's not going to be exactly normally distributed, but hopefully it's about that. For it to be really normally distributed, for sure, you'd probably need a lot more samples than just 20. But I don't want you to keep doing this over and over again. But this should give you a good idea, and then you can go to the extra website to have more number of samples, but not have to do this tedious task as much. And then you can make your own distribution. That's kind of fun to play with, to kind of draw your own and see that it still makes a normal distribution no matter what kind of population distribution you start with. And that's it. And so you're just going to copy and paste everything into your Word document and answer those questions.